Coming up on today's show, Renault launches a longer-range ZOE electric car, Elon Musk reminds staff that Tesla doesn't do discounts, and Proterra launches a longer-range electric bus. These stories and more next on 10. Like all our content, today's show is only possible thanks to the kind donations of viewers like you. Head to www.patreon.com/transportevolved to find out how you can make your own donation today to keep us independent and impartial. And if you're already donating, thanks for your continued support. It's Friday, September 30th, 2016. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and we start today's show with a surprise announcement from this week's Paris Motor Show involving the Renault ZOE electric car and an unexpected new battery pack that gives it more than 185 miles of all-electric range in the real world. Announced on Thursday, the new ZOE battery pack, made by LG Chem, is far more energy dense than the original 22 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion pack, squeezing 41 kilowatt-hours of energy into the same physical space as the original. The result? A far longer range per charge, which Renault says equates to around 250 miles on the NEDC test cycle, or somewhere between 185 and 250 miles in the real world. And while the Tesla Model S is still the longest ranged EV you can buy today, this surprise move is sure to have plenty of Renault's competitors scrambling to catch up. Staying with long-range cars, and due to the fact that we've not had a show for 2 weeks, this next story is about the pricing and official range figures for the upcoming 2017 Chevrolet Bolt EV, the long-awaited GM plug-in that will go on sale next month in North America. As we've known for some time, GM has been targeting a starting MSRP of under $37,500 before incentives, but the week before last, GM announced that the Bolt EV will start at $37,495 before incentives and travel an EPA-approved range of 238 miles per charge. That makes the Bolt EV the longest range electric car that isn't a Tesla on sale today, and seriously puts the pressure on Nissan to get its next generation Leaf on sale as soon as possible. With the Bolt EV due to hit dealer lots in the next few weeks, we're going to try and nab ourselves a test drive just as soon as we can, so watch this space. Back to Paris now, and Volkswagen, which despite still being embroiled in the ongoing Dieselgate scandal, is really trying hard to promote a new all-electric future for itself. This time that takes the form of an all-new electric concept car called the Volkswagen ID. About the size of a Volkswagen Golf, it features a large battery pack capable of between 250 and 375 miles of range, depending on the test cycle being used, as well as a 125 kilowatt rear-wheel drive motor. Said to represent one of 10 new plug-in models Volkswagen wants to bring to market by 2025, the Volkswagen ID is essentially the car that Volkswagen hopes to make after the next generation e-Golf, which will go on sale later this year. The problem, of course, is this: it's another concept car, not a production vehicle. And for Volkswagen to be taken seriously after Dieselgate, it needs more than auto show bling to make it a real impact on the auto industry. Another car company that might find itself struggling to make an impact on consumers is Mercedes-Benz, which unveiled its next-generation Smart for 2 and Smart for 4 electric drive variants this week in Paris, nearly 2 years after the same generation gasoline variants were showcased. Aside from switching away from the old smart car design and using the new Renault Daimler platform, the new Smart for 2 electric drives aren't all that exciting on paper, taking between 11 and 12 seconds to accelerate to 60 miles per hour, depending on the model you choose. And while there's a small range increase compared with its predecessor, the new sub-100 miles per charge Smart for 2 and Smart for 4 ED models risk some serious sales flaccidity in the marketplace, because nearly every other automaker out there is working to increase their car's range well above that 100-mile mark. Which means, for now, the Smart remains a very niche market car indeed. If Volkswagen's ID concept car isn't enough to get buyers serious about its place as an electric car maker, then it could be argued that the concept car Renault unveiled in Paris this week, the imaginatively named Renault Trace, should have a similar effect. But this concept car is so outlandish, complete with a hinged roof that lifts up and away from the doorless cockpit, that it can only be a flight of fancy for the most hardened of electric car fans. Seating 2, it has 260 kilowatts of power at the rear wheels and manages 0 to 62 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds. Fully autonomous, the carbon fibre skinned car is super lightweight too and looks impressive in photos and videos we've seen. But will it make it into production? Probably not. But this time, we think that's okay. Believe it or not, it's been a year now since the Tesla Model X finally launched, becoming the world's fastest and most advanced SUV money can buy. But as those who followed the Model X through its development will know, Tesla was forced to delay Model X launch multiple times due to issues with suppliers and engineering challenges. And this week, the source of the biggest delay, those troublesome Falcon wing doors, saw Tesla settle with its original chosen German supplier for an undisclosed amount of money. Originally, Tesla had hired the company to produce the mechanics needed to lift the massive folding Falcon wing doors, but after months of delays and subpar mechanical samples, was forced to look elsewhere for the components it needed, taking the original supplier to court in the process. With the court case now settled, it's one less worry for the California company. Tesla might be the only automaker to offer a fully electric SUV at the moment, but at this week's Paris Motor Show, Mercedes-Benz unveiled its own vision for an all-electric SUV in the form of the Generation EQ, a luxury long-range electric SUV which served not only as a vision of what we can expect from the brand in the future, but as the official start of a brand new Mercedes-Benz brand for electric cars. The brand, EQ, is similar to the BMW i brand in its form and gives Mercedes-Benz a new way to develop and sell electric vehicles without distracting from its core vehicle lineup. And I'll admit, the Generation EQ is a decent enough looking concept car. But if automakers are going to get serious about transitioning themselves and us away from fossil fuels, we're going to need mainstream model lineups to dump the pump, not relegate electric and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles to special niche market brands. Enough said. As anyone who's been watching Tesla in recent months will tell you, the California company has been on something of a productivity push of late, squeezing every last ounce out of its staff and doing everything it can to save money and cut costs so that it can turn a profit by the end of the quarter. Well, this week we heard that Tesla CEO Elon Musk decided it was necessary to reiterate to Tesla sales and service staff that Tesla does not offer any discounts to customers regardless of who they are or how well known they are, reminding staff that the only acceptable discounts are for damaged cars, ex-demonstration cars or ex-courtesy cars. Musk reiterated that he pays full list price for his cars, and so too should everyone else. Not doing so, he said, would impact Tesla's bottom line, and as we know, that would make it harder for Tesla to turn a profit. So if you're hoping for that nice guy discount the next time you visit a Tesla store, forget it. When it comes to future transportation, I'll admit that most of the news on this show is in the world of personal transport. But when it comes to moving around larger groups of people, we often find ourselves covering the world of Proterra electric buses. And this week is no exception, with the news that the ever-innovating company has just launched a brand new electric bus called the Catalyst E2, and it can travel up to 350 miles per charge during in-normal service work, thanks to a choice of two new next-generation 440 kilowatt-hour and 660 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery packs. According to the firm, this kind of range should make it possible for electric buses to replace pretty much any gasoline or diesel-powered bus on even the most demanding of inner-city and suburban routes, and when combined with appropriate charging infrastructure, can dramatically change the cost of operating and owning a fleet of buses. So if you're fed up with all those diesel fumes on the buses in your local city, there may soon be a change in sight. The FIA-approved Formula E race series has, without a shadow of doubt, done some good when it comes to promoting greener, cleaner transportation and proving that motorsport doesn't have to come with a roaring gasoline engine to be fun. But it also lacks some of the fun, long-distance driving and competition that traditional race series have, which is where the Electric GT Championship comes in, a new race series based around a lightly modified Tesla Model S electric car. And this week, the Electric GT Championship had its official launch in Ibiza, where a specially modified, race-prepared Tesla Model S was shown to members of the media. What sets this apart from Formula E is that the Electric GT will race on traditional race circuits, and the cars will be expected to drive for the full duration of the event. There's no swapping for car swaps mid-ride. We're sure to see more from the Electric GT series in the coming months, so be sure to head to electricgt.co for more information. And finally, while we're on the subject of super fast cars, we're back to those crazy folks at Evie who have yet again been tweaking Edna, their Mercedes Sprinter test mule that can leave all the fastest of cars standing, thanks to an incredibly powerful Evie-developed drivetrain. In previous episodes of this show, you'll have seen Edna leave other cars for dust, but this week the company released a new video showing an Edna managing an 11-second quarter mile, reaching 60 miles per hour in 2.7 seconds and beating everything from a Mustang to a BMW i8. The only car it couldn't beat, a Tesla Model S P100D. And given it's a van and that it's a car, we think that's okay. As for me, if that's what Evie can do with a van, I think Tesla needs to be very worried, because soon as that drivetrain goes into a normal car, the game will be well and truly on. What isn't on anymore is this show, because that's your lot for today and I need to edit this up and put it all online. Don't forget to leave your reactions and thoughts to the stories we covered in the comments below, as well as giving us a thumbs up and a share if you liked it, and if you didn't, give us a thumbs down and tell us why, because otherwise we can't improve. As you'll note, we reintroduced the thought of the day in our video stream after popular demand, and I'm going to try to continue to produce at least 3 a week. So if you haven't seen it, add that to your watch list too. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at Transport Evolved, read our past and current articles at transportevolved.com, or check out our YouTube channel for our latest video updates. And if you liked what you saw today, please do consider keeping us independent and impartial by supporting our Patreon crowdfunding campaign from as little as just $1 per month over at patreon.com/transportevolved. We're just tipping the scales at the moment at $1,050 per month, which after expenses becomes my sole salary. So I'm very appreciative of your help. Can't donate? Don't worry. Just spread the word, retweet our posts on Twitter, and make sure you tell your friends about our YouTube channel. As always, I'll try to be back next week with another roundup of the latest Transport Evolved news. So all that's left for me to say is I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield. Have a fantastic weekend, and until next time, keep evolving.